right, we've got green arrows across the board here today ahead of Friday's open and ahead of the weekend. S&P futures up 0.51%, Dow futures up 0.35%, and the NASDAQ futures up 0.74%. So green on the screen and across the board here today. We will absolutely take that. Now let's take a look at some cues from the last session here, shall we? Communication services and information technology stocks bucked the overall market trend to close higher on Thursday, while most S&P 500 sectors ended negatively, led heavily by losses in materials, energy, and industrials. U.S. stock futures rose on Friday after Thursday's declines. This followed an exchange of fire near the Strait of Hormuz between the U.S. and Iranian forces. Speaking to an ABC reporter, Trump referred to the exchange as, quote, just a love tap, end quote. According to a social media post by the journalist, he also added that the ceasefire was still in effect and ongoing. Today, investors await the non-farm payroll data for the month of April, scheduled to be released before the opening bell. We'll bring it to you as soon as we have it here. FactSet projects the median estimate for the month to rise by 65,000. Meanwhile, the 10-year Treasury bond yielded 4.36%, and the 2-year bond was at 3.9%. The CME Group's Fed Watch Tool projections show the market's pricing in a 94.8% likelihood that the Federal Reserve leaves the current interest rates unchanged during the June meeting. Now, we've got some stocks in focus here for you today. The first one is actually going to be Coinbase. I had my thing mixed up here. Sorry about that. Coinbase fell 3.62% in the pre-market on Friday after reporting downbeat first quarter financial results. It reported first quarter revenue of $1.41 billion, which was down 31% year over year. The revenue total missed the street consensus of about $1.53 billion. They did also say in their report that the crypto trading volume reached a new record high, however. So it'll be very interesting, despite the red arrows here in Coinbase in the pre-market. That stock might be set up for a bounce here today. So at minimum, keep it on your watch list. The next stock on our list is going to be Cloudflare, and the ticker is NET, N-E-T. It plunged 16.74% after it reported upbeat earnings, but cut 20% of its workforce during the first quarter. Cloudflare Q1 adjusted EPS of 25 cents beat the 23-cent estimate. Sales came in at $639.75 million. That beat the estimate of $621.86 million. Cloudflare sees Q2 adjusted EPS of 27 cents versus the 27-cent estimate, and they see sales of $664 million to $665 million. That was versus an estimate of $665.33 million, so actually slightly under. That's why Cloudflare is trading lower here today. The next stock on our list is going to be The Trade Desk, and the ticker on this one is TTD. It dropped 14.43% after reporting mixed first quarter financial results. Trade Desk Q1 adjusted EPS of 28 cent missed the 32-cent estimate. Sales of $688.85 million beat the estimate of $679.2 million. Trade Desk Q2 revenue is expected to be more than $750 million. But that's less than the estimate of $771.63 million. Trade Desk got absolutely hammered. Absolutely hammered. Next stock on our list is going to be BILL. This is ticker BILL. And BILL Holdings jumped 7.09% as it reported total revenue of $406.6 million. That was an increase of 13% year over year and diluted earnings of 12 cents per share. BILL Holdings sees Q4 adjusted EPS of 69 cents to 72 cents. That was versus a 59-cent estimate, so nice guide there. They see sales of $425 to $435 million, and that was versus an estimate of $430.53 million. The final stock on our list is going to be CoreWeave, and the ticker is CRWV, and it fell 8.76% as it reported first quarter adjusted loss of $1.12 per share. That missed the estimate for a loss of 90 cents per share. However, it was, quote, the strongest booking quarter in CoreWeave's history, end quote. That came from Michael Intrater, the co-founder and CEO of CoreWeave. CoreWeave also affirms full year 26 sales guidance of 12 to 13 billion. That's versus an estimate of 12.502 billion.